How's it going, guys? It's Eclipse here, and today we're taking a look at the news on World of Tanks console. We've got a few new things that have come out recently, mainly to do with this weekend, but there is some next season information like the teaser. It's basically them confirming the tanks that we already knew were pretty much coming out due to that leak a while back, like last week I believe it was. So yeah, we're going to get straight into what they've given us and what things you can kind of expect within this weekend and what you can expect from the season's start on the 9th of March until the 27th of April when this will run. The Flashpoint season is what it's called, and we're going to go over and have a look at what kind of things you can probably expect as part of that and what sort of tanks we have. So first things first, we'll look at the International Women's Day kind of thing that's going on this weekend. So from the 5th of March to the 9th of March, you will be able to pick up a Tier 5 T-34 medium tank that's basically called the Fighting Girlfriend. It's a decent one, and it comes with a female commander. And it is basically a T-34. It's not that expensive. It's only 2,000 gold for both the actual tank and the commander with it on console. So you can pick that up in the store when it comes out on the 5th of March, which as of when you're watching this video will be tomorrow morning GMT at 11 o'clock. What else can you do with regards to the International Women's Day? You'll have the ability to complete a challenge. When you complete the challenge, you'll be able to get a emblem that's just called Girl Power. So you can get 5 of those on one account, and you can do that every time you win a battle. So for 5 wins, after that you'll be able to have the 5 emblems. You get them on every win, but maximum of 5 per account. So yeah, you'll be able to pick that up over the weekend. That runs for just one whole day from the 8th of March to the 9th of March. And that is basically everything for the Women's Day. It's just marking women's suffrage and equal workplace protections in the US, UK and Russia. So yeah, hopefully that kind of sums up what this was all about. Basically a free tank, or not a free tank, but one you can purchase for 2,000 gold, and a little operation that just gives you an emblem. Not massive, but it's there for those of you who are interested in kitting out your tank with new emblems and stuff like that, and you can always save them anyway. For some more operations that are coming, challenges and bonuses and different operations, we've got a few this week. The main one being Leading the Charge, and They Shall Not Pass. So the first one is Leading the Charge, and that is basically that you'll receive 25% extra silver for every single game that you reach in the top 5 XP earners on your team in a winning battle. So you have to win and come in the top 5. If you do that, you'll get the 25% silver modifier, so you get more silver in that game. And you can get that 5 times per day, and that will reset every single day, and you'll get 4 complete days of that to be able to do that. Might even be 3 actually, because it doesn't actually count the 9th. And so yeah, you'll also receive a 3 times XP but first win bonus this weekend. So instead of your times 2 XP for your first win of the day, you'll get times 3. So if you're grinding towards different tanks, then definitely this weekend's a good time to be doing it. You'll get more silver if you come in the top 5, and you'll also get more XP for that first win of the day. Then we've got the They Shall Not Pass operation as well. You can basically get 250,000 silver and a jungle camo voucher, which, It's alright considering you'll probably do this anyway without having to try and do anything. In order to complete this, you have to deal 30,000 or more damage in any number of battles. It's only available to German, French, British and Italian vehicles only. So if you want to actually be able to complete this, it has to be German, French, British and Italians, and then deal 30,000 damage in all of them. Or not in every single nation, but in total you need to deal 30,000 damage, so you're probably looking at approximately 30 games for the average player on console. And then we've got the deals. We did go over them slightly in the previous news video. We had a look at the bundles and what's best when it comes out. These run for just the weekend, so that there are only weekend bundles. This one in particular is probably my favourite in terms of the ones that we have. It is the fairly expensive, it's 14,000 gold, but it does come with some fantastic tanks. You have the Scorpion G, which is just pretty overpowered. You've got the Iron Rain, which is yet again pretty overpowered, and then you've got the Shashka SU-130 PM. That's basically the Russian version of the Scorpion G, except it doesn't turn all of the way around with its turret. It's kind of only 90 degrees or something like that, where it can turn its turret, something similar to that. I'm not entirely sure, but it definitely doesn't turn its turret all of the way around, unlike this tank right here. Would I recommend spending 14,000 gold? I mean, it's a really good saving if you actually like all of the tanks, and they're definitely tanks that are better than most in game. They're definitely competitive, and you'll definitely be able to have really good games in them. Are they worth the £40 or something that you have to pay to get them all? Probably. If you're going to spend that amount of money on anything in the game, then in terms of a bundle, this is a really good one. All of them are really good tanks, so yeah, if you're going to spend that much on anything, then this isn't a bad shout for picking those up. Now, you can pick up the E25. This is the Tier 7 German tank destroyer. You can pick that up for only 3,500 gold. That will be something I will definitely pick up on my main account this weekend. It's going to be quite fun to play. It doesn't often come on sale, and so yeah, I'm going to be picking that one up as soon as possible. And then, as talked about, it is the 50% savings on the Yazi or the Yahtzee WZ120 1G FT, and that is 6,700 gold for this tank. Yeah, it's a decent one, but I think when you consider the E25 is nearly half the price, I'd rather have the E25 out of these two, but it is still really good. And if you're used to the SU-122 44 that you can pick up, the Tier 7 Russian one, it's similar to that but at Tier 8 and with a bigger gun. So yeah, I think you'll enjoy it if you pick it up, but definitely something I enjoy. Now, in terms of the other things that we know about, it is of course the next season tanks, and a little bit of a teaser. We do know the name of the next season, and yeah, it's going to be quite interesting, I reckon. I don't know anything more than what they've given us so far in the leak, of course, but as you can see, the first two tanks that we can pick up within the next season are the T-77. This is the Tier 8 American heavy tank with the autoloader. It's very, very similar to the T-57 heavy. If you can see on screen right now, it's very, very similar. We did go over them in a previous video, which I will link at the end of this one if you want to have a look at that. But this is definitely a tank I would really, really want to pick up if I can. I hope it's part of the season pass. If it's not, it's going to be really annoying. But I'm really hoping that the Liz is the thing that you have to buy as part of the season instead of the T-77. T-77, what's special about it? It is basically a 57 heavy at Tier 8, except this one gets a little less damage. As part of its autoloader, I think it gets a 3-round autoloading gun that can deal 1,000 damage in 4 seconds. So it's fantastic at pushing out damage really quickly, but it does have a really, really long reload to be able to, push out lots of damage per minute. Its turret is pretty weak, to be honest with you. It gets good gun depression. But with most premium rounds, you'll just go straight through the front of the turret anywhere, pretty much. There is a weak point on the tank, but we did go over that in the previous video about the tank, which you can have a look at, obviously, as I mentioned earlier. And then confirmed yet again is the CS52 Lis. This is the Polish medium at Tier 8. Yeah, it's a premium one as well. And you can pick this up as well as part of the season pass. I expect it might be the premium season pass, though, the ultimate one, where you might have to pay like 11,000 gold or something to be able to pick it up as part of that. I think it's going to be a pretty decent tank. I think it's probably better than the actual Tier 8 Tech Tree, I would guess. I'm not entirely sure, but that would be my guess. Now, it's got a fairly hard-hitting gun, and It's got decent hull, well, not hull armour, but turret armour to a degree, but you probably won't be bouncing much in this. They're pretty paperish as a medium tank goes, to be honest. It's nothing like the Russian medium tanks where you can just bounce a few shots from your hull. This doesn't have that kind of ability to be able to do that. So I think these two are actually going to be quite fun. They're obviously new. There's nothing kind of like them at the tier anyway. And I think it will be really nice to actually have them in the game. I mean, what do I think of the Flashpoint being the actual operation that we're going to have or next season? I think that's kind of cool. I think that it's going to be interesting. You can see that here, I believe that these might be the marks of the Polish tanks, which I think look really cool. This is the skinned versions of the tanks, so you can see them right here. I don't know if the T-77 has a skin, but I would guess so. I don't know that this is necessarily it, but yeah, that's what they look like in-game, or they will look similar to that. Obviously, this is like a cartoon image type thing, and not an actual gameplay, like a snapshot or screenshot of them. Now, I think this new season should actually be quite good. I think it's going to be better like the actual tanks that we've got than this season. I thought that this season's premium tanks that were given out were pretty lackluster, and I didn't particularly like any of them. I mean, the Object 777 is alright, but it's not something I really like playing. It's very it's just a heavy, and that's not my kind of playstyle. I think I'd much prefer having this tier 8 T-77 tier below, and with that autoloader, and then obviously the Polish medium, which might be really nice too. Other than that, that's everything we have so far on the next season, and also the weekend operations and what you can expect this weekend. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please hit that subscribe button and like the video too. If you want any more content, it should be on screen right now, so you can click to them. That I will link the next season tanks, so you can have a look at them a bit more in depth and kind of look over the weak points and stuff like that. That will be on screen right now on the left, and on the right there should be my most recent news video for you guys to have a look at regarding the week's news and stuff like that right now. Other than that, I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.